What's up, guys? Intuitive 717 here. I'm back with another reading. I hope you guys are incredibly well. I'm going to do a reading for the Divine Feminine Collective, and we'll see what's going on in your connection with your Divine Masculine and what it is you may need to know at this time. All right, let's dig in. Okay, so some of you could have a Divine Masculine who works in law. Okay, he could be a police officer, a lawyer. He could just work in that type of environment, and he could have a very important role wherever he is. And I'm hearing something about not making time, and if you're not going to make the time, then I'm out. Someone's asking him to balance work and life, and I feel like it could be you here, Divine Feminine, because I keep hearing you can't save the entire world. Okay, so this could be for those of you who are dealing with a Divine Masculine who, like, they're very much walking a lot of their purpose and their power, but they're getting so wrapped up in it that there's like a loss of balance here that they're feeling. There's almost like a coldness. I see addiction sliding off the top of the deck here. Drugs, alcohol, obsession, or just toxic attachments. These toxic attachments can be found in his work environment. And I do feel like someone is a workaholic in a bit of a sense, but it comes off like they're wanting to save the world. It could have a lot to do with this martyr syndrome, overworking, and there's a lot of noise in their head right now. They could even be very pessimistic. Your masculine could work in politics. You're starting to see a really different side of them, Divine Feminine, and like you're pissed about it. With this Independent card here, I see that you are on your way out, and I feel like detaching from that environment altogether is where it is your focus now is, okay? This card tells me that he's very popular, but he's very deep in the hole. He's very deep into what it is he's doing, and you're trying to get his attention that it's bringing out a side of him that you don't recognize anymore, and I don't think even he recognizes. Okay, we also have Bonfire as well, and I do see this attached to your energy, Divine Feminines. We have Safe Haven, Flame, Home, Sing and Dance. And with Sing and Dance, I feel like you're ready to go wild in a sense. You are ready to release this. You have your own way of serving up justice and protecting the world. But right now, I feel like your focus is on protecting yourself. You could be sick of this whole justice warrior thing, especially with the law and the scales here. And you're starting to see the truth. You're starting to see the addiction. I keep getting like this whole martyr syndrome. Because for the Divine Feminines, your mission here is to, I don't know, it seems like pull him out of whatever hole this is. Okay, his purpose definitely has something to do with raising awareness on a grand scale. But I feel like the environment he's wrapped up in right now is not the best for this particular agenda. And that's why you have been under such heavy attack, but you are so protected, which I'm hearing really irritates the forces right now. But you are a safe haven, you're protected, and that's why you are so independent. Many of you might wonder why it is you don't have a lot of associations, and that's because you're meant to be safe. Like, these associations are just having like a big circle of people in your life. They can be used as entities to carry out certain agendas, okay? Almost like a walk-in soul will come under these individuals to cause chaos in your life. That's why many of you have been guided down this path of independence. That's why you never feel alone, and that's why you feel more comfortable in your own element, in your own space. Your circle is very small, and that's what actually gives you the most influence over your Divine Masculine as well. But whoever you are with this horse, riding the white horse tells me you're bravely on your way out, and you're going to catch a lot of slack for that as well, Divine Feminine. We have noisy sound with information overload, social media, out of control. Things are going to start seeming chaotic, like you want to turn that horse around and switch course. But don't, because what I'm hearing is the more you ride out, the more somebody's going to want to follow you. The more somebody's going to start climbing out of this hole. So a lot of you are going to be changing up your route. You're going to be changing up your strategy in terms of pulling away from a lot of this heaviness that you and your masculine have found yourselves in with the particular mission that you guys are doing right now. Okay, it's a lot of heavy stuff, but whoever you are, Divine Feminines, you are starting to understand that it's not supposed to go about in this very cutthroat way. There's a better way of doing things, or there's an easier way of doing things. And something too about like pessimism, very pessimistic environment, and it's like he's starting to turn cold as well. What lessons are you bringing to his attention right now as you're on your way out? Okay, so we have truth and expression. And I also hear the word like camouflage. So he wears a mask when he has to do this job, but is he really expressing a lot of the truth that he's meant to do here? Somebody keeps getting caught up in, or I'm hearing like sideswept or led down a path where they're getting the job done, but they're taking shortcuts, or like their heart is in the right place, but you gotta be by the book. You can't start doing things behind the scenes or taking shortcuts. And I feel like this is an important part of why it is you are on your way out. He's changing, Divine Feminine, and getting really caught up in this type of energy, and you don't recognize it anymore. He's gonna try to hold your hand and pull you back until you wait. He's not going to let you get away that easily as well, and I feel like he does have a way of keeping a very close eye on you, but there's something about your energy that's very, very stubborn. Like you're determined to break free of this and also break free of someone keeping an eye on you. So you might have a way of being able to do that. I'm hearing remote location as well for you, Divine Feminine, so you may have a way of getting away somehow. You've created a safe haven for you, which is why I feel like Bonfire had that word safe haven. He's going to feel a sense of this chaos as well once you get settled where it is you need to be settled, because a lot of you are in hiding. I don't know why I'm getting that, or you're about to be in hiding, which is why he's going to get distracted from all of this stuff. Prepare for the addictions as well to get a little bit worse before it gets better, because now with everything that he's dealing with behind the scenes, especially in these very chaotic environments, and I'm not going to say too much because I feel like for those of you, you'll already know what it is I mean. By having you shift or pull yourself out in some way, it's going to create a sense of loneliness, and I feel like to cope with that loneliness, that's why this is going to get a little bit chaotic. And that could be why you're in hiding also, because you don't want to have anything to do with this portion of the journey. You're done, whoever you are, Divine Feminines. What are you up to, Divine Feminines? Okay, I'm just going to take what's at the top and bottom. So you're after stability, harmony, and flow. So this is for many of you who are waking up and you're starting to see the truth about this particular agenda in this environment. And because you're on your way out, you're starting to seek peace. You're starting to see the truth about the line of work it's meant to take from you energetically. It doesn't actually align with doing justice in any way. I mean, it does from the outside, but then what's the point if you've got to cut some fingers along the way? I don't know why I'm being told to say that. But you are after this harmony, stability, and flow. And something about you being in hiding, I feel like you've been saving up. You've been saving up, or you've been setting something aside, or you've been putting money off to the side. I put some money off to the side. You take a ride with it, me. So that could be you, Divine Feminines. You put some money off to the side, and now you are making some kind of quiet exit. Okay, one more card on... Oh, wait, there is the one more card. We didn't flip this one over. Okay, so we have lack and doubts. I think this is the energy of being done. You're realizing that a situation is taking from you, and you're no longer wanting to be in doubt or be some kind of savior or give your energy, attention, focus to this connection with your divine masculine because of how you guys met. You guys could have met at work. I see you two being very either high up there in your positions. Like there's a lot of information that you guys are privy to and you're pulling out divine feminine. I feel like you're like, no, I'm out of this. This is where I've had it. This isn't ethical, is the word that I'm getting. So that could be part of the reason why you are on your way out, is that you're ready to create peace. You don't want to be in this lack mentality. I feel like some of you are making a lot of money doing whatever it is you're doing as well, but you're starting to realize that the simple life is what you want, because we have free, lead, and initiative. Okay, someone's making like a drastic change as well, and it's going to take you making this move, because it's a big move to make, Divine Feminines. It's like the equivalent of going through a divorce, or, some kind of ending, some kind of death. And I feel like it's going to take you drastically changing your lifestyle. Like some of you might want to go lay low, like buy a farm and get some chickens and, be very low key right now. And you're happy with that simplicity because you've seen too much at this point and you're done with it. Okay, what's going on with the masculines currently? What's going to be the outcome for the divine masculines? Especially because we had the addictive tendency there as well. We did say it might get better before it gets worse, and there it is. Okay. But then I feel like the outcome of that is following that north node, which is purpose. Okay, so the overall vibe I'm getting out of this is that they're going to have to hit rock bottom in order to pull themselves up. And ironically, what's going to end up making them hit that rock bottom is watching you make the move to become independent from whatever this is. That's going to be that big shift or that big change, because whatever you've seen in this particular environment, it's not what you signed up for. Okay, and I feel like you guys fell in love in this particular environment. You guys fell in love knowing that you had some kind of similar goal or purpose to serve the public in some way, protect the public in some way, and now you two have veered off course. Like I do see them now in environments where, like they're drinking, or like I'm hearing shady deals. Some of you might have masculines who work in law enforcement. I'm hearing undercover as well for some of them. And again, you're privy to some of this stuff that's going on, but because of your spiritual growth, because of you ascending on this journey, because of you being in your north node and in your purpose, you know that there is a better, more efficient way of doing things. That's what I keep hearing, and someone's not ready to face that truth yet, so this is the part for the masculines. This is the outcome. It's going to have to get worse before it gets better, and this is most likely why it is you're gone. This is why you don't recognize who they are anymore, because they're tied to whatever deals they have going on, whatever initiatives, whatever projects, whatever is low-key, undercover right now, whatever they have going on. They're all in. It's like that's why you feel like you don't recognize them, because they're so wrapped up in the mission that they don't even realize that it's become toxic at this point. It's like they've forgotten who it is they are as humans, as people. So I feel too, Divine Feminines, like I keep hearing you say like you're dulling my light. It's like you're starting to create chaos and friction in my life, so much to the point where I don't even want to do this anymore, but that's just it. That is exactly it. That's why you two met in this way, because the mission was never supposed to, I think, be carried out like this. And that is the lesson that you two are ideally bringing into each other's lives at this point. Okay, so I know it was very vague, but I do know that whoever this is meant to reach, especially in these environments here, it'll reach you. Okay, if you guys would like a personal session, I'm over at Hipsy.com. We can talk, we can text, whatever you guys prefer. Until the end of the month, I do have the 20% off recorded readings. Every 17th of the month, you'll find that special over at Wizio.com for recorded readings. So check me out if you guys would like to work with me. I've got tons of reviews for you guys to look through to decide whether or not you'd like to open up and do a personal session with me, all right? Otherwise, I look forward to the next reading. I'll see you guys then. All right, take care, guys. Bye.